So Gary and I are here today at Luppolo on Venable Street, correct? Craft brewery that's not open yet, but we're here with the principals of Luppolo. I've got Anique and Federico, Eleanor, and Ryan. So thanks for having us here.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
And we're here to kind of find out what's going on with Luppolo, where it started, and what their plans are.
Well, we're kind of lucky because we're getting a sneak preview. They're not even open yet, so don't come down here just yet, but I'm sure they'll give us maybe an idea when they'll get this place up and running, because we're pretty excited about it. The room looks like it's going to be fabulous. It's going to look like it's going to have a cool vibe. So we're looking forward to that.
For sure. So we read your story online in terms of how you started, but maybe just a little bit of background in terms of how this all came together, because everybody's got a unique story in the business. We've been to about 10 places so far, but again, yours is different. So,
what was the inspiration for Luppolo?
The name or the
Inspiration, the whole idea.
Yeah.
This. How did you guys arrive at this? Four of you. How did you come to this being a project that's something that you got together?
I think it started as a fun thing. Like,
Yeah, like
I mean,
that's true.
Yeah, and then it turned into something more like
Serious. Yeah.
It's like a total pipe dream, right? Like we'd be
Yeah.
having beers at one of the breweries around town. And we're like, oh, it'd be great to do something like this. And
Yeah. Well, I mean, before that, like, because you guys were living in Italy at the time, and I was getting pretty serious into home brewing, and I was kind of sick of doing what I was doing. I was an automotive technician for a while, and I knew I really wanted to do something different.
He's really grumpy.
And so Eleanor and I would kind of talk, and we were like, we had this idea maybe like a pipe dream, I guess, of having like a beer bar or a restaurant or that sort of thing. And right around that same time, the craft beer boom was just starting to happen in Vancouver, and we saw all these breweries popping up.
So how long ago was that?
When did we come visit you? It was like
It was 2012.
12, okay.
Yeah, it was right around then, I think. And yeah, so we were like, we saw it happening. We went to Portland a few times as well, and we're like, maybe we can do this. I've got the brewing skills now, and I've got a lot of other skills that would help along the way. And so we're like, let's see this out, see if we can make this happen.
So at the same time, were you guys in Milano, Italy at that time?
Yeah.
And you would go visit, and you would take them to, say, a craft beer place.
We did actually.
That happened.
We went
Yeah.
to this place that we loved
Yeah.
at that time.
yeah, Ryan's mom is Italian, and we were living there, and they were coming for a visit. So when they were in Milan, they stayed with us, and we were like, we gotta bring you to our spot. It was our local, but wasn't even close to where we lived, and we just loved the place so much that we
Pretty
always
awesome
like
brewery, yeah.
go. Yeah, it was just. I mean, it's called the Birrificio Lambrate, and it's just a little hole in the wall, but it's one of the oldest craft breweries in Italy, and they just make fantastic beer, and it's just such a great spot in the city. It's just Milan being a bit more.
Interesting, because Italy's not known for beer. I mean, you think of Italy, you think of wine, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
but is it up and coming? Is that
for sure
going
it is.
on there? Is there
Exploding.
a scene?
Everywhere.
Yeah.
It is in Europe, pretty much.
But this particular brewery that you're talking about now is they're way bigger, right? They just
Oh, yeah.
opened a massive production
Yeah.
facility.
They are.
Yeah. And like
distributing all across Europe.
they're doing really well. I mean, they've won beer awards in Italy and in Europe in
World
general.
Beer Awards, yeah.
World Beer Awards, yeah. And they've just created this really awesome community space, and that was what we liked about it. It was just
And I
so
think-
much fun.
Yeah.
But I think at the time, like you guys didn't even know that we
No.
had any interest in doing
That's
that
what
yet.
I'm saying. So
It wasn't until you guys moved here,
I said
right?
it's fun because we moved
Yeah.
with these ideas. Like, I don't know what I'm going to do, and it's like, oh, maybe we can open something like Birrificio Lambrate, and Ryan and Eleanor had parallel
idea,
sides.
yeah.
Like they want to do something similar, and I'm just like, all
We were
right.
just talking
but-
one day.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
it's like. That's how we started. Like, so it was a fun thing, and we all in the back, like in our back mind, we had this idea of doing it, and I was like, okay, and that was I started.
Yeah.
So that's clear.
Yeah,
And you two have been, Eleanor and you and Anique have been friends for quite a long time, right?
Yeah, we don't need to say how long.
More than 20 years.
Yeah.
Like we go back a long time.
Yeah.
We played soccer together. We went to high school together. We lived together in university. We're good buds.
Yeah. And I think that also, like, before we even met Ryan and Fede, like, that was something we'd always talked about. Because we had traveled together and thought it would be really good to have some sort of, something where we were hosting. Like, we talked about having a hostel.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. It's like for all of us, like, I think just, you know, we all love hosting and, you know, being around
Eating, that's
people,
right.
eating, drinking.
We love
you know,
eating
so
and
it's just
drinking.
like-
That. It's almost like a hostel, except they go home at night.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't stick around.
Yeah.
So is that the intent of this kind of place, like hosting, being part of it, being
Yeah.
out
Oh,
here?
absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think
Being
that's
part of the
pretty
community, yeah.
pretty central to our whole vision and ethos, right? Like I think just even this location, right? We're at Strathcona. It's like a very strong community-oriented neighborhood.
Right.
It's got a lot of history, and I think that we really want to be part of that. We don't want to just like have our business here. We want to engage with the community. We want to be like the local community hub that, you know, people stop in it and check in with each other and have a pint and a chat, and
Yeah.
you know, so.
That's why we put so much thought into the lounge too, because that's the focus of this space. Is that we want people to want to be here and it be very comforting and welcoming and warm.
So even though the inspiration sort of was the craft brewery in Lao, you're not trying to replicate that, but you're trying to replicate a feel for
A feel, it's a feel. It's not
Yeah.
replicating a space. It's like
Yeah,
a feeling,
space
the
is very
welcoming.
different.
Yeah,
Very different
it's the
space.
welcoming. Is the
I think, yeah, the Italian values, right? Like, I think. Yeah.
Actually, I went to I was at lunch, dinner yesterday with a friend, and she's Canadian. Asked me, "Why you guys really like to eat so much?" I was like, "It's not eating itself. If I have a beautiful meal by myself, it's not fun. Or a beautiful
Yeah.
glass of wine will be by myself. Yeah.
The sharing.
When you are exactly when you're
Yeah.
sharing it with other people, everything it brings it to another level, and that's is I think what we want to replicate. No, I
Yeah.
don't think that's what we want to
Yeah.
replicate.
Well, that's that, like that expression in Italian, right? Like, I'm gonna say it wrong. A tavola non si inventa.
La tavola non si inventa.
So it's basically like when you're at the table, and the idea being, you know, with good company and good food and this kind of wonderful atmosphere, you don't grow old. So it's kind of that.
Cool. Very nice.
So you have any plans of engaging with the Strathcona community or any kind
We
of plans?
already have been pretty, I mean, as much as we can with all this going on, we've been, I think, tried to be fairly involved. You know, we're part of the Strathcona Business Improvement Association. We've been involved with some local charities. You know, we had a big Christmas party when we were just waiting for our permits just to raise some cash. We had a Christmas party. We donated some proceeds to some local charities, and I think just also, you know, it's a great spot. We're right on a main street. We always have people stopping in and poking their head in, and you know, so we chat with people, and it's great. People are really excited in the neighborhood. It's really quite nice to feel so welcome as well.
And we want to support local artists as well, because there's obviously, as you guys know, a huge art scene in the Strathcona area, with 1000 Parker being just over there and a whole bunch of other studios, and so we'll have lots of space for local artists, art to kind of cycle through, and we want to be a part of Culture Crawl as well.
Right, it's a culture
And,
crawl.
yeah.
Hey.
You could be an integral part of it.
Yes, exactly.
You're going to be busy during that week.
Yeah, that's right, exactly. Yeah.
That's a good. That's something to think about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I noticed on your website, I was mentioning to folks today that somebody that I know was talking about a craft brewery that they had a membership of, and I thought I'd never heard of that before. But then when I looked at your website today, you've got a membership opportunity. Explain a little bit about that, because I've never seen that at any other place here. Is that something you guys thought of, or?
No. Yeah, it wasn't necessarily our idea. I mean, we kind of put our own spin on it, I guess you could say. But it's like Steel and Oak Brewing out in New West, and also Strangefellows actually has a kind of different type of membership program, I guess you could call it.
Okay.
Yeah, so it wasn't our idea, but it was something that definitely kind of went along with the rest of our ideals.
So briefly, what is the membership give you?
You want me to call it? Yeah. It's called La Familia, so it's kind of like that idea of joining your family. And it was kind of a two-part project. One, to bring in a bit more cash flow for our startup. So
Which is
people,
always good.
Yeah.
Not a cheap
Fundamental.
idea.
Fundamental.
especially, Yeah, so people can purchase, basically you're pre-purchasing your beer for $500, and with that we're giving members a beautiful ceramic growler, limited edition, limited edition T-shirt. What are the other perks?
Cup
Well,
of,
the gift card.
glasses,
Glass
Well,
ware.
it's just a gift card.
and a discount, like a year, this 10% off on
Growler
growler fills
fills.
for a year.
Yeah, for the year.
And,
Yeah,
and then-
first crack at limited releases.
That's right. And we got that.
Yeah.
It's a great idea, and I'm sure other breweries are going to probably pick up on that as well.
Well, Steel and Oak, they really helped us. They kind of
Yeah.
it's such a nice community. Basically, everyone just wants to help you start up. So they gave us all the information on how they did their founders club.
A-Frame,
Yeah, they did.
they
too.
also...
They did one as well. That's
Yeah.
right. A-Frame and Squamish.
Squamish.
Oh, okay.
I actually don't know their stand or what exactly doing, but...
Now, Ryan, you're the brewmaster. So let's talk
Head
about
brewer.
the beer.
Because it's about the beer, right?
It's about the beer. Fine, ultimately, it's about the product. And we did have you're drinking right now the Dark Saison, which I'd say is lights
Really
out.
good.
I've already had my glass.
Thank you.
It was terrific. What other products and types of beer are you thinking of doing? You have 3 standards that are going to be year round, and then maybe seasonals. What do you have? in mind?
Yeah, I think, I mean, to start out with, we're just going to be kind of focusing on variety, and we're going to try to just put out as many different beer styles as we can, basically. I think we're going to find out pretty early on, like which of those beer styles are more kind of sought after, which are the more popular ones, and we'll try to always have maybe 2 or 3 of those available at all times. And then after that, it's just going to be kind of like just constantly changing. When one of our serving tanks is empty, we'll fill it with something else.
Do you have a
Just keep that
favorite
rotation
style of
going.
beer or something that you like? Or
I would like before I was definitely like really into IPAs and super hoppy beers, but now I like
You've evolved.
almost all
Everything.
almost all beer styles.
Yeah.
I love like
I think I went through the
Yeah.
same phase you went.
yeah, I think a lot of kind of craft beer drinkers go through that. It's like you find out a craft beer and then you fall in love with hops.
Yeah.
It's like that's all you want to taste, more and more hop.
Yeah,
And then you kind of maybe get a little bit tired of it or whatever. You start tasting other flavors that become more interesting.
Then you get into the yeast.
Yeah,
you know, your
exactly.
Belgian.
Yeah, maybe a-
Belgians and
Sours
Germans
and
and that stuff. Yeah.
sours.
So I
Yeah.
just love all.
Yeah.
beer, I'd say.
Will everybody have an opportunity though to say, I really like this kind of beer? Or
Oh,
I really
yeah.
like this kind. So you'll be
For
sort
sure.
of collaborating with
Yeah.
with the other people.
We've always had this kind of collaborative way about choosing which beers we're going to brew, whether it was just on our small pilot batches leading up to this point, or now even planning out what our starting tap list is going to look like. It always has been and will remain a collaborative
Cool.
process for sure.
Wow. Well, we look forward to coming out.
Yeah. Which then begs the question, because we're talking about the beer, we're looking around the place. It looks, I can tell that it's
Close.
not there yet, but it's coming.
The dreaded question.
And sometimes you don't even know the answer probably,
Yeah.
but what is the anticipated opening date?
Do you have a date circled on your calendar?
But we actually don't have a date circled on our calendar, but I mean the main kind of
We stopped circling days.
yeah, you just have to keep moving it along. So you get tired of that after a while. But we the main thing right now is we just have to get beer in the tanks. We haven't yet done our first full size batch. As soon as we start brewing, we're just waiting to fire up the boiler. There's a couple things left with that, but that should be within the next day or 2.
That
So-
close.
Yeah,
That's good.
And as soon as the beer is fermenting, then we'll have a pretty good idea of when we'll be opening. But right now we're anticipating early to mid October.
Okay.
Those are good.
That's close.
Yeah,
It
we
is
can
just
feel it. So close we can almost taste it.
I'm always afraid to hear the news.
Yeah, that's right.
Do you have a grand opening?
Yeah, we will for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, we haven't had any time to put much effort into that yet.
Understandable. I mean,
But yeah.
Yeah,
And we're all
we've got some ideas about what we'd like to do, and we'll probably do also, a series of soft openings with different groups of people, like our founders and
Yeah.
people in the industry or whatever, different things like that.
Yeah.
But we would like to have some kind of more
big splashy kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, yeah.
well, thank you very much.